Before I can construct parallel lines, I want to look at the different ways that I can prove that I have parallel lines. One of the first ways we looked at proving that we had parallel lines was by using the transitivity of parallel lines. The transitivity of parallel lines says this: if two lines are parallel to the same line, then all three lines are going to be parallel. I can transit through that one common parallel line to say that all three are parallel. A second way we proved we had parallel lines was by using the property of perpendicular lines. The property of perpendicular lines says this: if I have a line and another line that is perpendicular to the original line and a third line that is perpendicular to the original line, those two perpendicular lines will be parallel. And the last way we looked at proving lines parallel was by using congruent angles and a transversal. If I have two lines cut by a transversal, if I can prove that my alternate interior angles are congruent, or my alternate exterior angles are congruent, or my corresponding angles are congruent, then my lines are parallel. In order to construct parallel lines, I ultimately want to draw a line through P that is parallel to N. In the example, to do this, I'm going to use alternate interior angles converse. Step 1. Draw a line that intersects N and goes through P. It will help if that line is not perpendicular to N. Label the point of intersection between N and the line we just created Q. That line we created is actually going to be the transversal between our parallel lines. And if I want to use alternate interior angles, I have two choices for my interior angles. I could pick this angle, or I could pick this angle. I'm going to start by picking this angle right here. This is an interior angle, and the alternate interior angle for this angle will be right here. So what I need to do is copy this angle to this spot right here. And when I copy that angle, the line created will be parallel to N. To start the copy of an angle, take your compass point and put it on point Q, and make an arc that intersects both sides of the angle that we want to copy. Without moving my compass, put the compass point on P and make an arc by the star where we're going to create our angle. Now I need to open my compass this wide. I want to get this measurement to copy my angle. Take that compass measurement, put the compass point right here, and make an arc that intersects the original arc you just created originally. Connect that point to P. When I connected that point to P, I connected that point past P and created line M. If you look, I just copied this angle to right here. Copying an angle means I should create congruent angles. I can check that I have congruent angles by measuring those two angles. This angle looks like it's about 133 degrees. And I can measure this angle. And it measures to be about 133 degrees. Which means that these two angles are congruent to each other. The two starred angles are congruent to each other, and they're alternate interior angles. So by the alternate interior angles converse, line M is parallel to line N.